What is prophecy? What is prophecy's purpose? And more important, what does prophecy reveal for you and me? Simply stated, Bible prophecy is about promises and warnings. Promises for the believers in Christ Jesus, warnings for everyone. Why? Because prophecy foretells of God's plan. His plan for the future, His plan for our world, His plan for us as individuals, as families, as a planet. Prophecy is God's active spirit sharing with us as believers in Christ Jesus or not, what we can expect to witness and possibly experience before God's redemptive plan of spiritual reconciliation is completed. Hola, bienvenido. Hello, and welcome. I'm your host, Branch Isole. Welcome to Omega Way, where the focus is on prophecy, and where you can hear, explore, and discuss God's prophetic word. On Omega Way, you'll hear about events, personalities, and purposes revealed for those living in the end times and coming last days. And you'll learn if prophecy is real, myth, or conspiracy. Did you know there are 1,817 prophecies in the Bible? 1,817 prophecies relating to Jesus of Nazareth. 1,817 prophecies about the roles, titles, and actions attributed to Jesus as the Son of God, as the Son of Man, and as the Christ. Now, that said, have you ever wondered about prophecy? Well, probably not. But why? First and foremost, prophecy can be confusing and convoluted. So what exactly is prophecy? What's it about? And why? And why is it important to you and me? Well, simply stated, prophecies are God's words, God's promises, and God's warnings. Now, you may be asking yourself, Branch, how can it be all three? How can prophecy be His words, His promises, and His warnings? And who the heck is God anyway? Well, for the non-believer in Jesus Christ, God's words are warnings. Yet, out of His love and compassion for you, God is trying to get your attention with prophecy. For the believer in Jesus Christ, God's words are both promises and warnings. Now, our goal on Omega Way is to share exactly what those promises and warnings are. We'll be looking at descriptions and information that God is providing about events today and in our future. But more importantly, we'll share how you and your family can prepare, how you can be ready for what's ahead, how you'll be able to recognize impending fallout from events on our horizon, and how to avoid being caught up in the snares and fears coming to our world. God's words prepare those who are ready to hear and respond. Omega Way is your opportunity to be one of those, if you're ready. Thanks for joining me today. You've been my guest on Omega Way. I'm your host, Branch Isole. Omega Way is about prophecy. Is it real, myth, or conspiracy? And if you're ready, this is your opportunity to find out, because Omega Way is for you. Join me every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on my Substack channel, for a new episode of Omega Way, as we discover if prophecy is real, myth, or conspiracy. I'll look for you next week when we'll discuss Prophecy Introduction Part 2 will go a little deeper. Until then, keep growing and be in the world, not of the world.